Right, good afternoon guys. It is Tuesday afternoon and I'm going to do a few things here. First of all, these are my sourdough starters, Bill and there's Joan. These were born on the 30th of May 2024, so they're almost 2 years old now and they're still active and they're still making fantastic sourdough bread. So what I'm going to do first off, I fed these last night. Took them out of the fridge after about 3 weeks, I think. So, as you can see the bubbles in there? All I'm doing is stirring it up. Now, when you've had sourdough starters in jars like these, as you can see, the jars get a bit, well, they're not grubby, it's just like, it's hard stuff on the side of it, right? So this is what I like to do from time to time. I'm going to keep just 50 grams of each sourdough starter. So I'm just weighing out 50 grams of Bill. Honestly, that is all you need to keep. You can keep less. It's entirely up to you, but that's all I'm keeping is 50 grams of Bill in one glass, and in the other glass, I just zeroed it. I'm going to keep 50 grams of Joan. Right, so just coming up to the 50 grams. Hope you can see this process. All I'm doing is tipping it into the glass. Let's just get it up to 50 grams. La la la, I could sing you a song while I'm waiting, but you'll probably stop watching my videos if I keep singing. So, how's your Tuesday been, guys? Right, so there is 50 grams of Bill and 50 grams of Joan in there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wash the jars out, right? Now, everything that's left in there, this is called discard, right? So basically, you discard it and you chuck it away. But you can use it to make other things. And I am going to use it to make some sourdough pancakes. So we'll move Bill and Joan out of the way for a minute. We will slide over here. And in here I have 100 grams of plain flour. A pinch of salt, because whenever I was baking as a child, my mother always said, put a pinch of salt in. I've absolutely no idea why, but my mother said put a pinch of salt, so in goes a pinch of salt. In with 2 eggs. Now I have 300 milliliters of milk. But for a minute, what I'm going to do, so in this bowl, I have now got 100 grams of discard, sourdough starter discard. I think 100 grams will be plenty actually. So I'm going to tip this in with my flour and my eggs. Is that going to be enough, or should I do a bit more? No, I think that'll be enough actually. So, do you know what? I really want these pancakes to be sour. So I'm going to put another 100 grams. I'm going to put 200 grams of discard in. I've never tried this before, but hey-oh, if we don't try these things, we'll never know, will we? All this is basically, this discard is flour and water, but it's very active because it's coming from my sourdough starters. So I'm going to put that in my mixture. That is now 200 grams of sourdough starter going in that bowl. Let's move that out of the way. So, I don't know if you can see it. That is 2 eggs, flour, and 200 grams of sourdough starter. Now, I'm not going to need this 300 milliliters of milk. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put some of it in, and I'm going to beat this up. Not beat it up like I was going to beat it up, but you know what I mean. And when we're making pancake batter, we are looking for the consistency of single cream, right? So we're looking for the consistency of single cream. It's not there yet because it's a little bit too thick. So in with a bit more milk. And all I'm doing is reducing the milk. So this should have taken all that milk, right? It's not going to because of the liquid that's in the sourdough starter. So they are. The lumps are coming out. It's starting to look like a lovely pancake batter, and it's smelling like sourdough bread, which is what I wanted. So a bit more. You can just go and chuck a load of it in if you like, but it's easier to do it like this because if it's not too liquidy, it'll knock all the lumps out. So let's have a recap, guys. In here we have 100 grams of flour. We have a pinch of salt. We have 2 eggs. And we now have 200 grams of sourdough starter, which we were going to chuck away down the sink anyway. It's now gone into our pancakes to make them lovely and sour. I had 300 milliliters of milk, but I've still got about 100 left. So I've only used about 200. And this is starting to look like the consistency I want. There we are, like single cream. Not too thick, not too thin. And I'm going to put that to one side until I get round to cooking my pancakes. That you will definitely see. I am going to pop the milk back in the jug that I haven't used. There we are, there's nothing wrong with that. That was a nice clean jug, so that's back in ready for my cup of tea. And if you're wondering, oh yes, it's Bob. Hi Bob. So now I have a stunning pancake batter. Look at that. Which I'm going to turn into some lovely sourdough plain pancakes. I probably put sugar and lemon on them. So I'll do another video when I'm cooking those shortly. Now there's not a lot of discard left in these 2 sourdoughs, so I can flush these down the sink and I can wash these jars out. When the jars are washed out, I will take these 2 glasses of my 50 grams of sourdough, pour them back in, and then I'll feed them, and then they'll be ready to sit for a few hours and then pop them back in the fridge for another week or so until I make some bread.